It was a bright Tuesday afternoon in our sunny suburban backyard in Orange County, California, when I, Emily, pulled into the driveway earlier than usual from my marketing job and froze at the sight through the kitchen window. My 28-year-old stepsister, Sophia, wearing the tightest red sundress that hugged every curve, leaning way too close to my husband Mark, laughing in that breathy American accent of hers, while her manicured fingers traced slow circles on his forearm. "Oh, Mark, babe, you are just so damn strong and reliable," she purred, her voice dripping honey like she was in some steamy Netflix show. "Emily's always running around with work, but I see you. I really see you." My stomach dropped, heart racing with that first sick twist of jealousy. But little did I know this flirty moment was just the opening act of Sophia's 6-week master plan to steal my husband right out from under me, using every emotional weapon, dramatic scene, and manipulative trick in the book, until I turned the tables and won everything back in the most satisfying way. From the very first day Sophia showed up at our door 2 weeks earlier with her suitcases and fake tears after her latest breakup, claiming she needed family support to heal, I felt something off. But Mark, my sweet 6-year husband who always put family first, hugged her tight and said, "Of course you can crash here, Soph. We're blood. Well, step blood, but you know what I mean." Sophia had always been the gorgeous troublemaker since our parents blended families when I was 16 and she was 14, with her long, wavy blonde hair, killer smile, and that confident California girl vibe that turned heads everywhere. Deep down, I knew she had envied my life. The stable marriage, the cute house with the pool, the successful husband who ran his own construction company. But I never imagined she'd launch a full-on operation to destroy it. In secret, Sophia had spent nights scrolling forums on how to break up marriages, texting her best friends screenshots of Mark's Instagram, and writing in her hidden journal, "Plan Step 1, build emotional trust by playing the vulnerable victim. Step 2, create alone time and drop compliments and make him question his wife. Step 3, physical touches and accidental closeness to spark chemistry. Step 4, plant seeds of doubt about Emily being too busy and not appreciative. Step 5, the big confession and kiss when he's weak, then he leaves her for me." She even practiced her lines in the mirror with that smooth American accent, whispering, "Mark, honey, I know this is crazy, but I've wanted you since we were teens. You're the man she doesn't deserve." The manipulation started slow and sneaky, hitting me with waves of doubt and drama that left me crying in the shower some nights. Mornings became Sophia's playground. She'd wake up at 6 in tiny silk shorts and tank tops, humming pop songs while making Mark's favorite avocado toast and coffee exactly how he liked it, black with 2 sugars. "Morning, handsome," she'd say with a bright smile and that laid-back California drawl, sliding the plate across the counter so her body brushed his side. "Emily's still sleeping in again? Girl needs to match your energy. But don't worry, I got you covered." Mark would laugh it off, ruffling her hair like a brother, but I could see the tiny spark in his eyes when he thanked her. By week 2, Sophia amped up the emotions, cornering him in the garage while I was at the gym. "Mark, I gotta be real with you," she said, voice cracking with fake tears streaming down her perfectly made-up face. "My ex treated me like trash, always putting me down. But you're different. You listen. Emily's so focused on her career, she barely asks how your day was anymore, right? I see how tired you look, babe. You need someone who puts you first." Mark shifted uncomfortably, but hugged her, murmuring, "Thanks, Soph. You're a good listener, too." And that night when he came to bed, he seemed quieter, distant, asking me why I worked so late all the time. I felt the drama building like a storm, my chest tight with insecurity as I wondered if our perfect marriage was cracking. Emotions exploded in the living room one rainy Thursday evening when Sophia orchestrated her biggest victim act yet. We were all watching a football game on TV, me snuggled against Mark on the couch, when she suddenly buried her face in her hands and started sobbing loudly. "I can't do this anymore," she wailed in that raw American accent, throwing herself toward Mark's other side so her head landed on his shoulder. "Everything in my life is falling apart, and you two have this beautiful home, this love. It makes me so jealous, but in a good way, you know? Mark, you're like the big brother I never had, but also more. Emily, don't hate me, but sometimes I wish I had what you have." Tears poured down her cheeks as she grabbed his hand, squeezing it while looking up at him with big, watery blue eyes. Mark's face softened with sympathy, his arm going around her as he comforted, "Hey, Soph, you're family. We'll get you through this." I sat there frozen, heart pounding with a mix of rage, sadness, and fear, feeling invisible in my own home, while jealousy burned hot in my veins. Later that night, I confronted her in the hallway, whispering harshly, "What the hell are you doing, Sophia? Back off my husband." But she turned on the waterworks again, voice trembling. "Emily, you're paranoid. I'm just broken, and he's kind. If you can't handle that, maybe your marriage isn't as strong as you think." Her gaslighting hit hard, leaving me doubting myself and crying alone in the guest bathroom while she went back to chatting with Mark about old family memories, twisting stories to make me sound like the selfish stepsister from our teen years. Sophia's plan rolled out like clockwork over the next weeks, layering drama and manipulation with calculated precision that had me on edge every day. She'd accidentally walk in on Mark changing after a shower, gasping dramatically but lingering with a flirty giggle. "Oops, sorry, babe, but damn, construction work keeps you in shape." Then she'd text him during my work meetings, innocent at first, like, "Thinking of you, hope your day rocks," to "Emily seems stressed again. You deserve to relax with someone who gets it." One weekend, when I had to fly to a conference in San Francisco, she seized the alone time, cooking a full steak dinner with candles, wearing a low-cut black top and shorts, playing soft music. "Mark, sit down. Let me take care of you tonight," she cooed, pouring him whiskey and leaning across the table so he could see everything. "Tell me what's really on your mind. Is Emily giving you the attention you need? Because I would every single day." Mark admitted he felt tempted, the emotional pull strong as she shared made-up stories about how I'd ignored him during tough times, twisting our real arguments into proof I didn't love him enough. The drama peaked when I came home early from the airport and heard her in the kitchen saying, "Kiss me, Mark, just once. I know you feel it," her voice husky and full of fake passion. He pulled away, but the seed was planted deep, leaving him confused and me devastated when I pieced together the texts on his phone. My emotions hit rock bottom one night after another of her manipulative moves. Sophia had tripped in the pool area, needing Mark to carry her inside in her wet bikini, clinging to him, whispering, "You're my hero, babe." I locked myself in the bedroom, tears flowing as I replayed every moment, feeling unloved, angry, and scared of losing the man I'd built my world with. But instead of breaking, I channeled that pain into my own counterplan, reminding myself of our real love through old photos, love letters, and memories of our beach wedding where he vowed to choose me forever. The biggest drama unfolded during a family barbecue we hosted, where Sophia turned up the heat, flirting openly in front of my friends, pulling Mark aside for private talks that lasted hours, then staging a fake emotional breakdown about wanting a family of her own with someone like him. Guests whispered, tension thick in the air as I fought back tears, confronting Mark later with shaking voice. "Are you falling for her games?" He denied it, but looked guilty, the manipulation working its magic until I decided enough was enough. In the final, heart-stopping climax that spans the last 1,000 words of the script, everything boiled over on a stormy Friday night. Sophia made her boldest move yet, slipping into Mark's home office while I pretended to sleep, wearing nothing but his favorite oversized shirt she'd borrowed. "Mark, I can't hide it anymore, she confessed, dramatically, voice cracking with rehearsed emotion in that perfect American accent. I've loved you for years. Emily doesn't see your fire, but I do. Leave her. We can start fresh, travel, have the passion she lost. She leaned in for the kiss, hands on his chest, the room filled with thunder and her perfume. Mark hesitated, torn by the weeks of flattery and doubt she'd planted, his face showing the internal battle of temptation versus loyalty. But I had been one step ahead. Suspecting her full plan after finding her journal in the laundry, I'd set up a hidden nanny cam weeks earlier and recorded every flirty word, every touch, every lie. Bursting into the room with my phone playing the footage on speaker, I stood tall, voice steady but full of raw power. Sophia, your whole manipulation game is over. The fake tears, the texts, the plan you wrote